going on, everybody? This is your boy, Unpopular Popular Opinions, and today I am finally here with the full review of the Huawei Mate 9. I've actually done a couple of reviews of this phone, but I decided to give it another fair shake. You know, I got the Amazon Alexa update, so I wanted to do it over again. Plus, I wanted to give myself a little bit of time to use it a little bit more and to calm down from my what I consider to be a big disappointment in this phone. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that this is a bad phone. It's just certain things certain people look for in a device, and there was one disappointing thing in this device. A few disappointing things, but one major disappointment. The other things I can put up with. I'm going to try to make this a quick review because it's really not too much to say about this device. First, I know everybody likes to know what the specs are. I'm not going to go through and read through the list, but you can pause the video at any moment, anytime you wish, and I'll just scroll up on here. Okay. Basically, you're getting a 5.9-inch display, 1080p. It does have dual SIM slots in it. You can put either two SIM cards in or a micro SD card up to 228 gigabytes, or and also a SIM card. This has 7.0 Nougat on it. EMUI is 5.0. Actually, it was upgraded. This has the I'm not sure if they call it the 5.1 or the 6.0. I really don't care, but it has 64 gigabytes of onboard storage, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 20 megapixel rear camera plus a 12 megapixel secondary camera, which does monochrome videos and photos. Okay, the front camera is 8 megapixels with a 1.9 aperture. The rear aperture is 2.2. I'm not really going to get into all of that. I want to make this quick. First, what I don't like about this phone, this is going to take just a couple of minutes. Now, remember, this is just my opinion. And once again, I'm going to compare it to what I consider to still be the best device out, even with the S8, the Galaxy S8 out, and even with the LG G6 out. I still consider the LG V20 the best device out. The LG V20 is a little bit taller than this, slightly thinner than this, and a lot, well, as far as width goes, thickness of it, and the width is also slightly slimmer. This is a big device right here, and it's kind of curved in the back. This is not a one-handed device by any means. So, excuse me, I'm in the truck, and that's my refrigerated unit. This is what I don't like. One of my minor gripes is whenever you click on one of your app folders, everything goes to the middle. I have fairly large hands, and it's uncomfortable to have to go all the way up to click something that's at the top row. No matter where you go, it's going to be on the top row. Other devices, when you click open a folder, the menu will be down. Like, for instance, the LG V20, the menu will be down here, and everything will be more accessible. Another thing I don't like about it, not a big deal, is the camera. Not the pictures itself or video themselves, but just the ease of use of the camera. This doesn't have as many features as the LG V20. It does have manual mode in both pictures and videos, but the manual mode is not really full manual. It's more so you just get a lot more options than a regular shooter. Instead of just getting the regular options, you get regular options plus 5 more, pretty much something like that. It's not as intuitive to use. Sometimes when you swipe over, it doesn't swipe over the way you want it to, especially in landscape mode. You try to swipe over and it doesn't want it, it's kind of difficult. That's how you get into manual mode right here. It's just difficult. So it does things like it just took a picture I didn't even want it to. but it does have a lot of features in it, and the pictures are nice. They are, you know, very accurate, and I'm going to do a comparison between the photos and videos between this and the V20. But the colors are very natural and accurate. They're sharp most of the time, but when you compare it to higher quality cameras, it's not as sharp. But there are no complaints as far as audio and video quality. I will put some pictures and videos at the end of this video you can see for yourself. It's just not very intuitive to go through the interface of the camera. Everything is pretty difficult. To not have as many features as the V20, it is a lot harder to use. It's a solid device, very solid. There is nothing wrong with the build of this device. For $600, even if this was more, this is a premium device. Very premium, very beautiful. It feels like I can knock somebody out with this phone. It's very solid, very heavy, with a 4,000 milliamp battery in here. This is a solid a solid phone, excuse me. Very solid. Notifications, you'll get a notification light at the top when there's notifications, and fingerprint scanner is really fast. You see it's off, it's on. I don't have the complaints about this that I did the Honor 8, to where sometimes you have to double tap and triple tap it. Basically, when you do start having those problems, just clean your phone. That's usually the issue. This has features on it such as App Twin. You know, I have 2 Facebook accounts on here, and I don't have to sign out of one in order to sign on the other. You know, you can put everything into convenient folders. It has an app drawer on it. Another thing, I skipped over a couple of things I don't like. One of them is in the camera. I'll go back to that. But let's go to Amazon Alexa. It's a waste of space. If you don't have it on your device, don't even waste your time. It doesn't even matter. I mean, you have to tap on it in order to use it. You can't just use it from a locked screen or even a wake screen and use it. You still have to tap on it, and then you have to say, Alexa, Pizza Hut. Alexa. See, live issues. Those are issues. Alexa, where is the closest Domino's pizza? You know, it doesn't even want to work right now. But you know what? Hold on a second. Let's try that again. It was on Wi-Fi, and I'm kind of far away from Wi-Fi. Let's try this again. Alexa, where's the closest Domino's pizza? Where is the closest Domino's pizza?
Based on your zip code settings, I found a Domino's pizza nearby. It's 1.3 miles away on J Street in Sacramento. It's open now until 12 a.m.
Okay, one issue is I'm not in Sacramento. I am all the way in Southern California, Fontana, California, which is near Riverside. Okay? I am not in Sacramento. Terrible job of locating me. The secondary issue, let's try this again. Alexa, where is the closest Domino's pizza to my location?
Based on your zip code settings, I found a Domino's pizza nearby. It's 1.3 miles away on J Street in Sacramento.
Okay.
It's open now until 12 a.m.
Okay, see, it goes by my zip code settings. I shouldn't have to take out my zip code settings in order for it to locate where I'm at. Google Voice doesn't do that. Google Now doesn't do that. Bixby doesn't do that. Siri doesn't do that. Okay, it locates where you're at and it finds one for you. The other thing that's wrong with it is, if you notice, it didn't write anything down for me. So if I missed a phone number or an address or the mileage, the distance, if I missed it, I have to do it all over again. Google Now, Google Voice, Siri, all that, it'll display it on the screen. Don't like that. Big waste of space. Don't even put it on a device if it's not going to be perfected. That's technology from 2008. Okay? Now, the big disappointment about this device is in the camera video. For one, When I hit the record the video button, it should start recording. It's an entire extra step to get it to record. 2, this does record in 4K. Sometimes it's not even true 4K. But what good is 4K recording if you can't watch it? I didn't even hit anything. What good is 4K video if you can't watch it in 4K? I can't even upload anything in 4K to YouTube or any other social media platform. It will not upload 4K because the codec on this phone is H.285. When everybody uses H.264. So I think they tried to future-proof it, but they just killed it. Nobody's using H.285. Nobody's using that. So, and this is something I just discovered just now. Record. Unless it was a mistake. Record. Okay, see, it recorded twice. I don't know why it started recording. That was live on camera. Never saw that happen before. I didn't touch anything and it started recording. So that's a major disappointment because I got this phone as a secondary phone to do videos in, to shoot in 4K when I didn't want to use my LG V20 for whatever reason. So big disappointment. But let's talk about what I do like about this camera. It has very accurate colors. There's really no complaints in regards to quality of the image. It takes pictures fairly fast. It's not the fastest camera, okay? But images are pretty nice. As you can see, I have the box here. And it added light to it. The light rendering, kind of overdoes it a little bit. But you can go into manual mode and change all of that. I'll throw a couple of more things into the mix here and take another picture. So that way you can see the accuracy of the coloring. See that? Pretty accurate. Let me get this box out the way. Excuse the camera shake. That's just my setup. That's how it goes sometimes. Now, this is when you do start seeing some of the pixelation, and it's not a big deal. It's when you blow images up. It's not as sharp as, let's say, the Galaxy S8 or the iPhone 7 or the LG V20. It's not as sharp when you blow images up. But it's a very good camera. It's 20 megapixels that that you're shooting with. Let me go back to the camera. The superb thing about this camera is the front-facing camera. I don't like to be on video, but I'll get on for demonstration purposes. I'm very tired. I've been driving all day. I had to redo this video once again. I accidentally deleted part of the video. So, you see how ugly my mug is right now? Watch this. Okay, well, you can change the beauty. I have it on 0 right now. I'll take a picture. Let's get some of this light out. Okay, it gives you a countdown. Now let's put the beauty on 10. It smoothens things out. Now this environment is somewhat dark. With natural sunlight, it would actually look a lot better. So let me do some with a little bit of light in it just to imitate or mimic the sunlight. Okay, now let me turn the beauty down. You see my old Droid Bionic t-shirt on. When it starts getting holes in it, then I'll throw it away. Now let's see what they look like as far as quality. See how the beauty mode kind of overdoes it. You know, it takes some of those bags and wrinkles out. I'll be honest with you, this is the best front-facing camera that I've seen. I mean, for $600, you really can't complain. You know, this is flagship. You know, as far as the price, you know, it goes over into flagship territory. But lower quality flagship as far as what it offers. You know, the high silicon chip in here is the best that you're going to get. The build quality is the best you're going to get on almost any device. No, it doesn't have glass on it. You really don't need all of that. But you have a 5.9-inch screen with a 4,000 milliamp battery. You have a dual camera. You have a monochrome camera. I'll post the image of the monochrome, you know, an example of that. I'll even take one real quick. Turn that back around. You know, like I always say, the interface on here isn't that intuitive. You know, before I do, well, I'll do one of these, and then I'll go back. I'll hit that mode right there. Go back into settings and hit monochrome and see if that works. I'm trying to trigger the dual lens effect here. I don't think it'll do it in monochrome mode. Okay, so no, I can't go through in monochrome mode and change coloration. But look at the beauty of that. You know, it's very sharp. The camera on here is wonderful. There's no complaints about that. So, audio. We'll go into the regular audio, and then I'll go into YouTube and play something from YouTube. And I think I'll play the same song. When you put it in landscape mode, it plays it in stereo. Or actually, that's backwards. It plays it in stereo in portrait mode. That's volume all the way up. And then when you flip it over, it changes. That's a feature. You have your tweeter on over here, and you have your bass and your mids, your lows down here. And you turn some of the bass down. Okay. So now let's go to YouTube, because sound quality is a little bit different on YouTube. Get the difference in sound. You tell me which sounds better. Okay. And, like I said, as far as screen quality goes, 1080p, you're not going to tell the difference. You have your carousel, not carousel, but you have your transitions. You can change it from windmill to flip over. Perspective. I like to keep mine on windmill. This has an app drawer actually set by default out the box. I think when the device first came out, you had to actually change it. But no, when I got this device, the app drawer was already set. And another thing that this device has, flagship territory, is gestures. Now, you could do a number of things with the gestures. You have your screenshots, you have your screen scrolling, you have screen record, and you can do all that stuff with your knuckles. Okay, we're going to try this again. Once again, I'm not editing anything out. I did stop the video. I had some technical difficulties yesterday. This is actually a different day. You can tell by the time on my phone. Okay, so single knuckle, double tap. And this is one issue that I have with this phone is I can't always tell when it actually takes the screenshot. It did, but it didn't make any noise. Let me try this again with the volume on. Sometimes I can't even hear it with the volume all the way up, so let me give it another fair shake. Okay, you can hear it. You just have to make sure the volume is up high enough. I don't like to keep my volume up, so that is my mistake. So it does take the screenshot. Go into gallery and go to screenshots. And there you have it. And as you saw, double knuckle will screen record. And whatever you do on here, wherever you go on your device, you can see in the upper left hand corner, it's recording. It's also recording sound no matter what you do, except it won't record if you go into camera or other recording functions. It'll stop itself. So you can just hit stop by going to the top up there. Another really cool feature that I like, scrolling screenshot. You give it an intentional knock, keep your finger on there and draw an S, and it'll record until you hit and stop it. Another feature I like, and it's kind of flawed, but it's still cool. You can split the screen by tapping on the screen, not all the way left, but maybe two-thirds of the way left and going right. And you can open up 2 pages at the same time, adjust the screen size to however you like it. Another feature, swipe left on the bottom and it'll decrease the screen size. You can still do everything in here as you normally would if the device is too big. So like I was complaining about the menu options not being where I wanted them to be, I can decrease the screen size. It's not too big of a deal, but then, I bought a big device. I want it on a big screen, so you're kind of taking, robbing Peter to pay Paul. So you can swipe left and right to make it big or small, or just tap on it in a blank spot. Really cool feature. Let me finish going over some of the hardware here, because I really didn't show you everything. This does have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Get that in focus here. I'm using autofocus today. I usually like to use manual focus, but it has its advantages and disadvantages. Okay, there we go. It does have an IR blaster. To me, that is a must on the phone, at least as my main shooter. I have two devices. One of my devices has to have an IR blaster. Has to, because I actually use mine. Okay? There's many IR blaster apps that you can put on this device. The one that I have on here, I really don't like it too much, but it works. Games, I don't play a lot of intensive games. I play pool. This isn't a graphically intense game, but it does the job. Back to the hardware. You have your microphone. You have USB Type-C with fast charging, and the battery lasts a long time and it charges really fast. No complaints. You have your stereo speaker for your lows, your mids, and your bass. You have your tweeter for your highs. You have your SIM tray, along with your SD card goes in there also. You have your power button, actually to activate the screen, and what you can do from there is you can scroll up from the bottom and you have quick access to some of these toggles, such as flashlight, calculator, and I guess this is Alexa. I'm not sure what this is, to be honest, but it's recordings. Actually, you can record certain things. QR scanner, and your clock, stopwatch, alarm, timer, whatever. It's pretty cool. I mean, to be honest, it's quicker for me to just hit this and then have something on the screen, unless I'm using like the V20 to where it's at the top and I can toggle it from the top. But it's a pretty nifty little trick. You have your volume rocker. And like I said, these buttons, I've had this phone for a while now, a couple of months, and nothing is loose. These very sturdy, very stiff. You have to intentionally press things in order for them to go, but it's not too difficult. One thing I never get used to is, to me, it's a waste of space to have a fingerprint scanner that doesn't have multi-function to also power the device on. This button could have been used for something else. I have not been able to figure out how to program anything into this button. So to me, it's just a waste of space. All it is a power button. But I do like the 3D function of this, which I didn't go over. So let me go over that. Three-dimensional, at least that's what they call it, 3D touch fingerprint scanner. I can scroll down like right there, scroll up and down, and get my notifications, which is pretty cool. I find myself on my other devices trying to do the same thing, forgetting that it doesn't do it. Oh well. And the different types, you can put different widgets on here. Your transitions, you have different types of transitions. I have it on the carousel, but you can change them to different things. Or I actually have it on the windmill. Let's put it on box. You see the difference there? Let's go back to transitions. Put it on perspective. See how it fades out? I'll put it back on windmill. I like windmill. You have your settings. I don't know why they have settings down there. It's kind of redundant to me, but it's not hurting me, so I'm not going to complain. You have your different wallpapers. I'm not going to get into all that, but I like to do my own wallpapers, take a picture of something and keep it on the screen. Okay, so overall about this device, in my original video that I did, and I'll probably post it online just so on YouTube, just so you can see my initial reaction, how angry I was with this device. I kind of calmed down a little bit. I'm still disappointed, like I said, but I'm not in a hurry to sell it like I originally was, but I will be selling this device. I'll maybe even give it away. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it. I'm taking my daughter to Disney World this summer. I could use that money. I don't know. But my overall opinion on this device, $600. It's definitely worth it. But the 4K, they shouldn't even advertise it as 4K. You know, they should, you know, maybe there's a software function that they can update that they can do to make it so that I can upload videos 4K to YouTube. Speaking of which, let me show you something real quick. When I said it's not true 4K, this is what I mean. I'm going to go into settings for, see, this is what I mean. This thing is difficult to memorize. Go to video, go to settings for video. I'm going to put it on 4K. Now I'm going to record something. Okay. Stop the recording. Play it back. Okay, you're not watching it in 4K, you're watching it in 1080p. Okay. But in a true 4K video, I should be able to zoom in and out. Instead of doing that, what it does is I'm triggering brightness and I'm triggering volume. But when you're playing a 4K video back, you should be able to zoom in and out. I do understand that this is a 1080p screen, but you shouldn't put 4K video on a 1080p screen. If you're going to have 4K shooting, I should be able to verify that by having it on a 2K screen so that I can at least see some of the quality, 2K quality, and zoom in and out. I'm really not sure if I should be able to do it from a 1080p screen or not. I'm not real technical like that. I don't know. I'd have to Google that. But I know my other devices, I can zoom in and out of a video that's shot in 4K while it's playing. Now, if I go to information on this video, it says 37.62 megabytes. Now, if I were to shoot that same video using my LG V20, the exact same video for the exact same length of time, my megabytes would say more like 55 something megabytes. I've done this enough times to show you. I mean, to know. So going back to my overall opinion on this phone, I don't dislike it like I did after I tried to upload a couple of YouTube videos, very long YouTube videos. I did a couple of reviews using this phone in 4K, and I was not able to upload it. So I'm going to have to redo them in 1080p or transfer the file and degrade them before I do anything. It just pissed me off. The build quality, supreme. It's heavy. This is not a one-handed phone. You can only do some things with one hand. Front-facing camera is a major win. There's probably one other device, I don't know. I saw a device on another channel where he was filming with the front-facing camera, and it was superb. It was better than all the other footage that he has done with any devices that he's had. It was superb. I don't know the name of that device. So you know what? Let me do a video with the front-facing camera. I know I keep on trying to wrap this up. As you can see, I shaved. Okay, so I'm doing a video with the front-facing camera. Okay, get some movement in there. I'm going to stop it and I'm going to play it back. Wow. I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing is absolutely amazing. This front, you know, to be honest with you, I've never recorded a video with the front-facing camera until now. Okay, so I'm doing a video with the front-facing camera. This is probably the best front-facing camera you can get. This is as good, if not better, than the other video I was just telling you about on this other YouTuber's channel. Very nice. So this is a win. This device is worth it's worth it. It's worth paying $600 for. You just can't have the gripes that I have. Honestly, had I known about the 4K situation, I probably would have waited and bought it used for like $500. I don't know. But I do have another, you know, device that I use for recording, so it's not major for me. It was just a big disappointment because I wasted a lot of time recording reviews with this device, unable to upload them. And so I, you know, build quality, the overall operating system, oh man, this is the only device that is faster than the iPhone 7 Plus in everything. There's like a couple of games that the iPhone opens up faster, but there's other games that this is faster at. But in every test, if you can look at, I don't have an iPhone 7 to show you, but this is faster in opening up and performing everything. The high silicon chip that's in here is the best chip in the market, period. Nothing is better than this. So notwithstanding the flaws of this device, you know, that is really not a one-handed device, you know, very few things you can do one-handed. The difficulty of using the cameras and all the menus, and it not being true 4K, it not having true manual mode, it just has a bunch of settings. And just to show you, let me go into manual mode. And so you have this, that, and that. That's your manual mode. Okay, now you have your focusing you can do here. Now white balance, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 settings you can go for white balance. I mean, it has this little sliding bar here. You know, I guess this is true. You know, let me bite my words, or eat my words, I should say. It's just not very intuitive. You only have that function right here in this option. You know what I mean? So it's really, like I said, it's really not full manual. It's just this one setting right here to where you can adjust the white balance. Isolation. You have you have auto, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see what I mean? I can't go steps in between. So it just has more options to give you, which is good enough. $600. Hey, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to give you an actual number on a scale of 1 through 10. Without the price included, I'm going to give this device a solid 8. If you include the price, it's a 10. And you know why I took a couple of points away, for my dislikes about this. Do I suggest this device? Yes. As long as you're not a 4K video shooter. As long as you don't care about the difficulty of the menu. I've had this device for 2 months and I still haven't memorized where everything is at and how to use everything. On that note, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'm sorry it took so long for me to put this video out. I've done a few videos for this. Actually, this is like my 3rd video for this. I'll post the other ones. I'm a real life dude. I work. I'm always on the road. Hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Comment. And watch my other videos. I'm a new channel. Support me. Help me get started. I will always give you the real. Peace. That site.